Hello, my dears. Hello, my darlings, and welcome to our full moon in Cancer reading for all signs. Get some Palo Santo to really cleanse and clear the board. I've got some candles going behind me. One of them's crackling a little bit. I have my Earl Grey tea, some warm water. Please take a moment. Get whatever it is that you need. Have your journal with you and just some coffee or tea. And we're going to talk about this full moon and what that means for every rising sign. So, as always, we start with Aries on the astrological wheel and go all the way around to Pisces. This is the general wheel right here. So I would highly recommend that you watch for your rising sign first, and then your sun sign, and then your moon sign. I'm going to give just a quick introduction to the planets so you can go back and reference. This is the sun. This is the moon. Mercury. Venus. She's so pretty. This is Mars. A little assertive. Jupiter. I love this one. Saturn. Uranus. Neptune. Pluto. The North Node and the South Node, they're always in opposition to each other, so I place them like this on the board. So the North Node is what we're coming into, and the South Node is what we're leaving behind. Chiron and Black Moon Lilith. So let's get started. And we're starting with Aries. Aries rising. And Aries sun as well as Aries moon. So right now, Aries, we've got the sun up here. Your house of legacy, public life, career. Not so much what you do every day. That's in Virgo. That's in the 6th house, which is where we have the only planetary body that we have in this house over here is Black Moon Lilith. So if it feels like it's an Everest in front of you and that people are going to judge you and that, you know, you've been doing all this work and maybe it's like a private little secret of how cool and woo-woo and spiritual and different and how you kind of follow the planets and do all these great things, like that's over here. Just needed to highlight that since we got minds on my money, on my money, on my mind type vibe over here, Aries. Full moon is in the house of home, my pocket of the world. Safety is key. This is cultural family roots down over here, down at the bottom of the chart. So this is really like on your axis. This is going to feel intense for you, Aries. We've got Chiron over here. It's going to be stationing direct today. It's just going to feel, all right, Aries, you're in it. Okay, cool. Cook a home-cooked meal tonight, please, for the love of God. Just cook a nice home-cooked meal and do nothing else for this full moon. Like, just stay as woo-woo and as grounded as possible. Okay, so we've been talking all year, Aries, literally all year, about fame as a parable and saying, really, as you know, an old friend of mine used to say, circle the wagons. Who are your VIPs, that like inner circle, who are acquaintances, team, you know, clients outside of that, and then everybody else is a spectator. Everybody else. There's only so many seats at your table. Like, there's only 12 houses. You know what I mean? So it's not a judgment to say that you don't belong at my table. That's not a judgment. That's just saying this is the wrong, like, view it from above. This is the wrong table for you. You know, one of the parables that really came through just in general for this full moon, and we go off of the Aries grid for the general wheel. So it's fascinating to me that this is, well, it's not fascinating to me, your Aries rising, and it's for the full moon. It's, think of, you know, in service, when you order a bottle of wine for the table, and there's only so much in the bottle. So it can be so confusing when I have like a group of 7 or 8 people that only order one bottle of wine. Where it's like, yeah, I get it. I get what you're trying to do. You want everybody to feel included. But when you're only getting a splash of the Barolo, like, come on. Paid $125 for that bottle. You know, spread, like, that should be savored. That should be enjoyed. That should really be something that's, you know, you take your time with. So. If you are in the healthiest divine partnership right now, I'd say, like, have a really beautiful, sensual, romantic night together. And if you are not in a divine partnership, I want you to have a beautiful, like, I don't want that to lower your vibe ever. I want you just to say, you know what? I'm going to love up on myself tonight. I'm going to cook a dinner for myself. I'm going to take myself. Actually, don't go out to dinner if you have to, you know, get takeaway if need be. But I would say, really love up on yourself, how far you've come. Look at where you were from last year until this year. You know, I have for a purchase, it's a download on my Gumroad. The links are below, as well as in my About section, for a 2024 year ahead forecasts and predictions. I'd highly recommend that. Or doing a little bit of more year-long work. We're not manifesting for the full moon ever. We're releasing what used to feel safe, what used to be home. Like, release it, let it go. Or, you know, if you do celebrate the holiday season, Aries, I feel like a few different, and like the introductory video states, like, this is so warm and lovely and gentle. But if you did experience some moments with family members, it was vibrational and it was without question. Either it was a resounding, yes, I love you, I'm so proud of you, look at the work you've been doing. Or it was like, Merry Christmas, dot. How you doing over there, dot. Not even a how you doing over there, just Merry Christmas, dot. No inflection, no emotion. It's just, it's not personal in any capacity. It's just showing you that person's not meant to be in my life. They're not meant to be in my table. And that's so okay. You know, there's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful connection between this full moon, Jupiter, and Saturn over here. The Sun and Jupiter in this beautiful Earth trine right over here. Just saying, if there are people that are in your life that you don't want to be around you, this is holding up your money. So get them out. It's connected to your soul purpose. So the Sun and Jupiter are in a trine, and the Sun and Saturn are in a sextile. Beautiful flowing energies connecting our legacy to our house of money, legacy, and soul purpose. And then the moon is in a beautiful sextile to Jupiter and a beautiful trine to Saturn over here, saying my safety, I'm releasing things that used to make me feel safe, used to, like all the used to's are here. I'm releasing, no more. I release, so that I can receive and leave more space open here for my new soul purpose. New money, new soul purpose. See what I mean? We're going to have the new moon. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. Okay. So the new moon is going to be in Capricorn coming up in a few weeks at 20 degrees right over here. That's going to be when we manifest. It's just, sometimes it's just time to let people go. I honestly feel like this is just families getting closer, the family that are meant to be together and doing the work, the families that are just, yeah, it's so blessed. It is so blessed when you want it to be. It is so blessed when you see it from above and you see your life like this beautiful story, this beautiful movie, this just beautiful life experience that's happening. It's lovely, lovely. Taurus rising, I need bunches of votes. How you feeling? Ending all these karmic contracts and just stepping into your sovereignty and just doing the dang thing. Doing the dang thing. This is exciting. This is exciting. Oh, we've got travel. We've got big things on the mind, Taurus. Big things on the mind right now. And it just might feel so... Let's just place the sextiles and the trines around. It might just feel as though nothing's been working out for you. It might just feel as though nothing has been working out for you, and that you don't know where to turn, and you don't understand like how you could have had all of these things. We'll come back to you. All like, please be kind to yourself right now. Please be kind to yourself, Taurus. Please be kind to yourself. This is just like, there's some inner adolescent coming out. There's a lot happening over here. So we have the sun in the house of quest, adventure, higher education, long distance travel. And we also have Pluto over here at 29 degrees of Capricorn. This is the anoretic degree, the critical degree. It's literally sitting at the tippity top of your chart, making you feel as though everything about your structures, your legacy, everything about your public life is getting completely transformed and demolished. That's the planets up here. That's it. That's it. Oh gosh, oh golly gee, pardon me. You can't even see Pluto. Pardon me, honey. See? See? He's hitting you right in the face over and over again. Saying, another soul contract, another soul contract, another soul contract. And honest to goodness, you're coming into new soul purposes. It just feels so awkward because we've got Chiron over here in the mix. He's going direct today. So check up on your dreams. Your dreams are going to be super intense, I'd say, for the next little bit of time. Like super duper intense. Maybe make some notes on it. And if you do not remember your dreams, that's just as powerful as if you are remembering your dreams. Sometimes our high self prevents us from seeing things that are super grody, but you'll feel kind of like a multidimensional bus hit you in the morning, like you slept for 12 hours and then just nothing happened. I would love, this house over here is what's being highlighted in this full moon. Early learning, short trips, communication, and language. This is, normally a Gemini run house, and so you have it run by Cancer. So Gemini is the twins, run by Mercury, two different brains, chit-chatting, all of the different communication styles, how we express ourselves. And this can also really, when it comes to early learning, it's how we learn the boundaries of communication. There's some family stuff built in here. It seems as though some of you are probably the light worker of the family and here to completely heal the generational line. And so big things are going on inside. And it's hard to find the words to articulate it. It's really hard to find the words to articulate it, honest to goodness. So for you, I would say, let's have a focus. Let's go to our ruling planet. Venus over here. How are we giving in our relationships? How are we giving? Honest to goodness, I don't care how, this is going to be a little bit harsh, Taurus, so I'm going to say it nicely. I don't care how poor you think that you are. You have something to offer and something to give. You really do. And like my Capricorn season introductory video and the solstice introductory video, it said, like, we have to be so kind to our pennies because those pennies built up the 1,000, or the $10 is part of the 1,000. The 5 cents is part of the millions. So we have to be so loving to all of our relationships, including the relationship that we have with money. If you want to be doing big things in this world, wait a few weeks to plant those seeds and really release old patterns of early learning, old patterns of early communication style, old fawning, fight or flight patterns, old silent patterns. This really says to me that I would love for you to try on, with your spiritual counselor, with your healer, in the mirror, in your journal, with a safe community member, having a hard chat, or not even a hard chat, something that you're not normally used to saying. This could even just be no, or asking for help. We can't do everything on our own, and we're not meant to. We've got a lot of activity in your Lions and Tigers and Bears portion of the chart. We have Mars conjunct Mercury retrograde over here. So some contracts and deals have not been going through. Some ideas that you've really wanted to sprout are not sprouting. There's some, this feels clogged over here a little bit. So if this feels clogged, look elsewhere. Look to your ruling planet in your opposition sign, and look to some of the things that maybe you look for and expect in the people around you, and do that for yourself. What are the things, if your best friend, your partner, a family or community member showed up on your doorstep with something for this full moon, what's your favorite thing that you love people to bring you? A bowl of soup, or a roast dinner, something nice, some flowers? Then instead of waiting for that person, go buy those for yourself. Cancer is a homebody. Stay home, cook a meal, enjoy yourself with people that are worthy. And if you feel like so many people from the, Mars in Scorpio, what was Mercury in Scorpio, Mercury's retrograde, I apologize if I'm a little jumbled on my words today. If during the Mars in Scorpio transit, you lost a bunch of people, during Scorpio season, during eclipse season, go back to October, November time. If you lost a lot, then I want you to continuously start to set the table for good, healthy people. And don't focus on what you've lost, but say, what is it in this future image, Saturn, Neptune, community, friendships, wishes for the future? They're listening. Like I said, we got that sextile, we got that trine, we got that trine, we got that sextile. Don't look here, don't look to what you've lost, but what do you have, and what does that look like? What do you have, and what does that look like? And release and look at. Don't even have to release. This doesn't have to be a soapbox moment, Taurus, but say, even if you do some scripting and some fire magic, and, write down what it is that you release, and just saying, I'm releasing old communication patterns that I picked up in childhood. I'm releasing, fear-based communication styles. I'm releasing what does not serve me anymore as far as my immediate community. This house is about your neighbors and the people you live around. So that's exciting. Gemini, 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 Gemini. I love you so much. Here we go. You really got the mind on the money, and the money on the mind. This is nice. I like this. You're becoming way stronger than you thought you ever could be. And you're looking at how really important and precious you are. And how worthy of abundance you are. This is really exceptional. Some of you might be traveling right now. Going to places that you might not have ever gone to before. Oh boy. Oh boy. With people you've never traveled with before. This is a really interesting chart, Gemini. So the sun is in your deep dark transformation house. This is normally a Scorpio run house. You have run by Capricorn. So that's very interesting. So as you know, the way that people think, I love this placement. So when people see you and they're just like, oh my goodness, who would ever take Gemini seriously? What the frick? They can't get their life together. They're just like, have no idea how big your savings is. And how you actually like are pretty great with money. That's so cool. So I would love for you to focus on, yes, the sun and Pluto are over here in your deep dark transformation house. Remember that Pluto is at that 29th degree. We're going to have a little bit of a reprise. Okay, let me rephrase. Pluto and the sun go into Aquarius together in January 2024. Pluto will dip back down into Capricorn between September and November of 2024, and then it will fully ingress into Aquarius November 19th, 2024, and it will be here for 20 years. So we've only got a few more months left of Pluto transforming your house of shared possessions. I honestly do feel like some of you are going to be changing jobs or environments in 2024 in ways that will feel so effortless. I just feel like you'll be changing jobs or moving or having like a completely new life. Not even life, it's just, I feel like by December 2024, you're going to wake up and be like, wow, the people I'm surrounded by, like you'll have your family and you'll have, you know, the people that you really do love in your heart, but you'll have like a new work group of people, new community members, like I see you going to like new yoga studios and like you have just like a new route. I see 2024 is really exciting for you. So I would look over here to release. This is, you know, our money, please, values, access to resources. What do you value and why? We've been chatting about this for a really long time, Gemini. I would say really release some old values that don't serve you anymore, that really don't serve you anymore, and just say that that's okay. You know, that's okay. We can't hoard all the things. We can't have everything with us at all times. So we have to clean out the closet. We really do. And we have a significant amount of excitement in our house of relationships. Venus is blessing your house of everyday life and practical service right over here. And when Jupiter goes direct on the 30th of this month, I feel as though there's going to be just a wee bit more clarity as far as like the paths to take. This is going to be like, for some reason, I feel like this is step 1, 2, and 3 for you. And then Mercury, your ruling planet, is going to go direct on the 1st of the year, on New Year's Day. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of clarity within your mind space. So just ride the cloudy wave. Cook a nice meal. Do you value good food? Do you value coziness and bouginess? Gemini, roast a chicken or roast a tofu. Go to the pier, get some fish. I want you to really nurture yourself with ambrosia. I want you to really eat something that tastes like ambrosia. I just want a little bit of grounding for you. I feel like there's so much earth, water, fire, earth, water, fire. There's literally no air in the sky except the south node over here in your house of fun. So it might feel like, I just want to have fun and I want to play and I want to do things. Then go make paella, honey. Learn how to make a new meal. Yeah, and watch a really sad, not sad, but like a rom-com or something like that. Knowing you, it's going to be documentary style or dramatization. So it's just, have some fun with it, Gem. Girl, have some fun. Crying is so cool, and feeling feelings deeply is so cool. We don't have to intellectualize it. Mercury run. Okay, I know, I just lost you, but it's okay. It's okay. We're going into Cancer rising now. Oh my God, Cancer. Oh my God. Oh my God. If crying and loving and cooking food for you is not a food group right now, I don't know what is. You are shining. You're shining beautifully. I love this. I love this. I love this. So we've got the North Node in your house of legacy, public life, career. We have Chiron here. We have the Sun blessing your house of relationships. And we have this full moon releasing old versions of yourself. This, honest to goodness, feels so natural for you. I feel like you're just vibing right now in a way that you're just like, I've made soup for everybody. No. I made arancini for everybody. For everybody, not just you. Go bring those to the neighbors. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Honest to God. Oh, mamacita. Oh, mamacita. I'm so excited about this. For my divine feminine Cancers, Cancer rising, please, first, and then Cancer sun as well as Cancer moon. I feel like a lot of my divine feminine Cancers are actually going to be stepping out of the workforce in 2024 and beyond, and they're going to be either homeschooling or they're going to be starting something new, like leaving the matrix workforce and starting something for themselves in their community. Or the word sponsorship, or like an investor is coming to be right now, and it just feels like you'll meet the right people at the right times. This isn't just for this full moon. I just had that pop into my head, Cancer rising, so I just wanted to plant that seed for you now, because that's like, I love that. I love that for you. Blessings all around. Taking nothing from anyone. Taking nothing from anyone. Remember, everything on this planet is infinite. Every energy is infinite. If you have something, it doesn't take from anyone else. That thing was just meant for you. That money, that abundance, that community, all of those things. So while the sun is over here in your house of relationships, I think community is on the mind for you right now, Cancer. As you know, your cardinal water energy, and this is cardinal earth energy. Negative. Cardinal negative water energy and cardinal negative earth energy. Okay, that's exciting. What's coming to my mind? Hold on one second. My guys are talking to me. It's like they want you to take the old mask off. And yes, we like the 15-second introduction. And yes, we like when we can say to people, oh yeah, you know, like, I live in the North Shore of Massachusetts, and we love the good 15-second introduction. Oh, this is Sarah. She summers with the Climans over here. She went to blah, 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 and did this. That entire reality doesn't exist anymore. So I want you to, you're at the grocery store. I'm painting a dramatization for you, Cancer. You're at the grocery store, and you run into someone that knew you when. I don't want you to put that old mask back on. I want you to just say hello. It is so nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? And don't let their projections of you change your dialogue in that moment at all. They might say, like, oh, are you still working there? Just say, no, I don't. I'm really stepping into this role, or I do this now. This is who I am. Without care, without judgment. You're not judging them for them knowing you as that old person. You are also, I feel like it's like this wince of like, oh, they're going to see how bright I am and how cool I am and how woo-woo I am and how special I am. And it's just so exciting to be you right now, Cancer. It's so exciting to be you. Yes, but don't even speak those old spells back to existence. Don't. And for Cancer rising men, if there's like a little bit of, you know, I have the water sign men right now. And, you know, for my practice, the majority of the male clients that I have are of Pisces. And so for Cancer rising men, I will say to you, yes, it is super awkward and uncomfortable to be the first one to awaken in a community that maybe not all of the men have woken up. And you're going to literally, it's going to feel like you're an adult amongst like the Lord of the Flies. All of a sudden, you're going to go to like the normal watering hole that you would go to. And you're like, you guys are all like making fun of each other. And like that's so childish. That's absurd. You're going to say this inside and you're not going to say it outside. But the things that you're going to say are just like, that's not funny. Yeah, that's not funny. Well, then your house of communication. Yeah, that's not funny. Say, I'm not even going to entertain that anymore. Like, that's not fun. Or just say, that's not funny. You can say things like that. That was inappropriate. For my Cancer rising females, or, just my grandmother, whenever someone made a joke, bless her soul, she's passed now, that was really not appropriate, she would just get quiet like a substitute teacher. And then all of a sudden she'd just say, poor taste, poor taste. And you just were like, your tail went between your legs. Be like that. Yeah. Make the boys uncomfortable, make the kiddos uncomfortable, and let them recognize that they're in the presence of a king. They'll never treat you that way again. And that's how you deal with a bully. I'm kidding. You don't engage with bullies nowadays. It's just not worth it. Alrighty. Leo rising. Leo rising. Here we go. Okie dokie. We have the sun in our 6th house, everyday life and practical service. We have the moon releasing in our 12th house of soul purpose, endings, healing, closure, coming home. Leo, I would love to just plant a seed that please talk to, maybe take a Cancer placement friend out to lunch, pardon me, and ask them about what they've been going through from 2008 until now. Because that's the Pluto transiting your 7th house of relationships. That's when Pluto fully ingresses into your 7th house of relationships in November 19th of 2024. It will be there for the next 20 years. So I would love, the Cancer rising just went through that. So I would love to offer that's your friend to chit chat with about what's going on. So this is an incredible chart right now for you, Leo. This is a huge opportunity. This is a choose your own adventure. So what do we know? What habits do we know that do not serve our growth going into the next year? This kind of has to do with those, like when a kiddo was a kiddo and, goes from the Velcro shoes to the lacing shoes, and they recognize, I don't know how to tie my shoes. Do they just say, no, I'm perfect, and I don't know how to tie my shoes, so I don't need to adapt, I don't need to grow, I don't need to learn? Or did they learn how to tie their shoes? It's time to release the Velcro shoes, honey. It's time to throw them out. Not donate them. They have holes in the bottom of them because you've been wearing them since you were 3 years old. It's time to take off the Velcro shoes and throw them away. You can take a picture of them, Cancer season, and you can frame the picture if you'd like, or just keep it in the scroll of the pictures. But please throw away your Velcro shoes. You're an adult. This is the health axis over here. So Pluto has been transforming the way that you have your everyday life and service. It's been transforming what you do. You might have changed jobs or stopped working or started your own company, all these different things, truly. But this being the last big lunar cycle of the entire year, this is your time. This is a huge opportunity. This is the 12th house of the whole zodiac. You know what I mean? Like, release old patterns, old history, old traumas, old nemesi, like all those things. Just let it go. Just let it go. You're better than that. Just let it go. Just let it go. I love this connection between Jupiter in your 10th house, the sun in your 6th, and Saturn in your 8th house. This is heavy hitting over here. This is heavy hitting. No joke, dude. I'm not discrediting what you're going through, but we have to remember we can't take it out on the people around us. We can't take it out on the people around us. Yeah, even our partners, like really, if honestly, I'm saying this because it's coming through, but I love you. Please don't, I just need to plant the seed. This isn't for anybody, for everybody, but making these life decisions will change everything. Like Venus is over here blessing you in this house. So what I want to say is if you've been, complaining to your partner about all the things that are going on in the world, but not really doing anything about it, when Pluto goes into your 7th house, I don't want it to be like I'm complaining just about, oh my God, there was someone in line at the grocery store, and then your partner's just like, I'm done. Nope. And you're like, I'm just complaining about the line at the grocery store. And he's like, you've been complaining about the line at the grocery store for the past 10 years. That is the vibration of what I'm seeing right now. So really just come into your sweet sovereignty. Come into your sweet, warm, loving sovereignty. Don't turn into Scar, mama. Like, don't do that. It's no one's fault at this point in time, at the end of 2023. It is no one's fault that you are in the situation that you're in. No one. We are responsible for our life. We contracted all of our pain, all of our trauma, all of our issues, any of the things that have happened to us. It's us. That person in your life is just another you. So you can't treat the relationship version of you with like, just eat up all of my negativisms so I can go off and feel clear and cleansed and clean. Also, completely flip the switch. If there is someone in your life that is doing that to you, Leo, tell the world, tell the full moon, give it to the full moon and say, I'm really having trouble with this. I'm really like this person is, a kind of a succubus, someone who is really you're a narcissist, not like that, but like might have some narcissistic tendencies or isn't really comprehending the fact that they're doing this to you. And give that pain and situation over to the God of your understanding. Give it to the full moon. Say, I can't carry this into the new year. I can't carry this. I can't carry this. I can't carry this person. I can't carry this situation. Universe, God, show me what to do. And in January, you'll know what to do. You'll know what to do. You'll truly know what to do. Yuck. All right, Leo. Sometimes I have to use harsher words than I would really appreciate in there. But, these channels are not just for me. And I'm so grateful for them, and I get to share them with this world. And just be intense sometimes because I love y'all so much. Alrighty, so Virgo rising. In my 2024 astrology year ahead and predictions video, or pardon me, that purchasable download. The link is below if anyone is interested. I just had such a giggle because it's really like Virgo and Pisces. And I feel as though, no, mostly Virgo and Pisces, but the mutable axis, I'm just like, you guys are just so ready for this coming year. You're so well adapted. So well adapted. And so like, it was beautiful to see. It was so beautiful to see. So, whoop, buddy. Okie dokie. Yeah, next year we're going to learn how to have fun again. We're really going to learn how to have fun again. In new, exciting, and healthy ways. I'm very, very jazzed about that. I love that your health axis is Aquarius and Leo. That's beautiful. All right. So right now, yeah, we are learning how to have fun again. Your 5th house of joy, creativity, romance, and play, and childlike spirits is run by Capricorn. And you have Pluto transforming that since 2008. And you have the sun in Capricorn over here, and you got the moon over here in your house of community, friendships, and wishes for the future. That's what we're releasing over here. Oh my gosh, you're just... I love how mature you are. I love how you're like an adult already amongst children, even like young baby Virgos. I meet them and they're just like, salutations, how do you do? And it's just so beautiful and lovely. So really, what is fun? And I want you to, with Venus over here in your house of early learning, when did you recognize, this is childhood stuff actually right now, I want you to play and learn how to, okay, I'm going all over the place over here, Virgo, but you're mutable earth sign, so I can talk about this. And like, I feel like I could have two different conversations with you at the same time, and you and Gemini would just be like, yeah, everything's fine, everything's fine. So when did you find out that you were a prodigy of some kind? When in your life did you find out that you were special and different and super smart and the best of the best of the best of the best of the best? Because that was the moment that you actually received backwardsly a little bit of a trauma, because either you had siblings and your parents gave you all of the like special attention and then it was taken away from, so a sibling received a less than type of a title, if you will. If you were an only child, it was really just the expectations of you were so raised that in that moment you had to be an adult and just say like, okay, I know that I'm gonna go to an MBA, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, as a child. So I want you to look back at that time. And if there's anyone in your life right now that just like reminds you of your mom or dad, it's just someone that's just like, yeah, you remind me of someone who really made me feel super duper special and I like keeping you around. That is a trauma bond and a trauma response to that, because what if you were just allowed to be a person? What if you were allowed to just make a mess and not be the mom friend of the group? I feel like I lost some of you right there. Yeah, you don't have to be the mom friend. You don't have to carry everyone. You don't have to be the one. Like, what if you were the one that, like, I'm going to use a not so, actually, no. So you go out with your friends and, you know, you want to like, just like, you know, just ingest a little like, or you're in a microdosy or something like that, and you're just like, no, I'm going to stay and I'm not going to participate because I want to take care of everybody. Like, what if you showed up and you're like, I want to double up, I want to hero's dose it and not be in charge of anything? How would they act? How would they act? Yep. I hear it. You're with me. I'm feeling it. You're picking up what I'm putting down, because you're worthy of the love that you give to others. But if you in that moment had said, hey, I would like the love that I give to others, and in this moment I feel like some of you are having a reaction to what I'm saying, which is awesome and it's resonating, that's huge. So look at that. And why is that person in your life? Why is that the friend group that you're in? Yep, that's it. That's it. That's all. Is that all there is? Yes, that's all there is. Alrighty. Libra rising. Y'all have been feeling so many feelings. I love you and send so much love to you. Like I said, I offer discounted rates for Libra placements because it's so intense, your chart right now. And I'm not saying that to scare you, I'm just offering some validation. The sun is at the bottom of your chart, and the moon is at the tippity top. Overstuffed, scary 8th house. Cool. Money's looking for you, but won't bless you until you remove certain people from your life or certain situations or certain thought patterns even. Yeah, Venus is in your house of money, values, and access to resources. Full moon is at the tippity top of your chart. Some of you are changing. Some of you are really making some massive, beautiful changes during this time, and I'm really excited and proud of you. If money has been slow, I want you to look at your values list and then look at the people in your life. Do they share similar values with you? And if they don't, just acknowledge it. Just acknowledge it. Just acknowledge it. And then this is big. legacy, public life, career, public image. This might feel as though, I'm getting an interesting view. My guides are talking directly, Libra, so I'm just going to go very woo-woo and just let you know of this. So I want you to think of your like Akashic records in this lifetime as like a file cabinet. And I want you and your higher self to go look at the things that you have done publicly. You and your higher self alone, no one has to know about this. Go look in that file cabinet of the things that you have done publicly, that you wronged someone, you did something to them, whatever that may be. And I want you to take that piece of paper out of the file cabinet and I want you to look at it. I want you to look at it and say, okay, when I was this age, I did something to that person. I pushed them over on the playground and I'll never forgive myself. And I was so embarrassed and I can't believe I did that. I will hate myself forever for it. I want you to look at that, look at the piece of paper and look at what happened. We're about to quantum heal it, okay? And now I want you to ask yourself, as the adult version of you, not as the kiddo, say, what would the best version of me have done? What do I wish had happened? And say, okay, well, I just didn't push that person over. Maybe I just, ripped apart my sandwich and I shared it with them. And now I want you to go back and view the situation as the new healed way. And so anytime you have that wince of like, oh my God, I did that. I want you to look at it and then say, nope, that's not what happened. That's not how I view it anymore. It's this new way. It's this new way of viewing. I actually did it well. This is how we change the past. This is how we change the future. This is how we change the way that we feel about it. Because everything's happening all at the same time. Past, present, and future. We're being born, living, and dying all at the same time. So if there's ever any situation, Libra, that you're doing enough work right now, that's the only recommendation that I would have for you for right now. So I'm sorry if that was shorter than you wanted it to be, but you've done enough work. I would love, if you need to do anything, just please cry and drive around the back shore or visit water. Just experience all the good things that are Cancerian. That's it. But the way that we rewire our brains, these figuring out muscles, these figuring out machines, these history like compactors, we just view it differently. That's literally it. Scorpio rising, honey. Ooh. 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 Oh, baby. The beginning of the year will bring some really beautiful people into your life. The beginning of the year will bring some really beautiful people into your life. And it's going to be your opportunity to just immediately, we have the VIPs, acquaintances, team, and fans or spectators. When you meet people, starting literally like the first of the year, it's going to happen quick. You're going to immediately put them in the category that they belong in. Immediately put them in the category that they belong in. And not have to go through the traumas of like, oh no, this is my new best friend. Oh shit, 2 weeks later, it's like, nope, that's not. We're not going to go through those things anymore. It's going to feel so good, so effortless, Scorpio. So we have the Sun and Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 3rd house of early learning and short trips. We have the Moon, quest, adventure, higher education, long distance travel. There could be, this is interesting, this is coming through. There could be some legal things that work out in your favor very soon. If you've been waiting for something to kind of come back around again in a really beautiful, blessed way, when Mercury and Jupiter are both going direct, Jupiter goes direct on December 30th, Mercury goes direct on January 1st, 2024. I feel like that's going to be a really powerful time of seeing. In no way is it going to be like, you screwed me over, now you get your comeuppance. It's just going to be actually pretty, and this is a micro of the macro. I'm saying this to you now, but it's going to be happening on a huge macro scale as well in the world. A lot of people's dirty stuff is going to come out, and I feel like someone who really wronged you in a big, like, this ninth house is normally run by Sagittarius, normally run by Jupiter, so this is legalities. This is fascinating. Yeah, you're gonna have like a prosperous beginning of the year. It's going to be, yeah, someone's going to write you a check. Something's going to happen. This is interesting. I don't know if this is for everyone, but something for Scorpio rising. Someone's going to write you a check, or you're getting an investment. There's something that's coming for you that is because of something that has happened wrongly in the past. This could be an inheritance. Pluto that is just finishing up the third house of early learning. This is like family. This is legacy, like not legacy, but like, how do I say? Immediate people in your life, long distance stuff, bigger stuff. Gemini run house, Sag run house. But it's interesting because the way that my brain works is follows patterns and different things. So it's kind of like I can see all these. So the sun is over here in the third house in the sign of Capricorn for you. The third house is run by Capricorn. So, but this is a Gemini run house. And then the eighth house is the shared possessions, which is run by Gemini. So that's very interesting. Even in the 2024 astrology forecast and predictions video, Scorpio, that I did, it's a purchasable download. It's $44. Please click the link below if you're interested, or it's in my about section. I reference, like, check your eighth house. What planetary bodies are in the eighth house? I don't know. I don't know why, but Scorpio rising, like the Venus is over here right now. I would really love for you to let go of any version of an I told you so dance, any version of bitterness or resentment, anyone who has wronged you. I want you to forgive your part in it, but also say, when this comes out, I don't want negative for that person. I want them to find their healing. So if some of what is going to happen on the grander scale, I'll speak on the macro now, Scorpio rising, so it'll make a little bit more sense. When we find out, when the rest of Gen Pop finds out, how bad those like superstars are that they've looked up to and idealized and given all their power over to, they're going to be, they'll go through the stages of grief and will come to anger. But I want everybody to come to acceptance, because this information coming out is so that soul can heal. We don't want to demonize anyone. We want everyone to heal. It can come to be so like we're the ones doing the inner work and they're not doing the inner work. And so when their stuff comes out, we're just going to have to point at them and laugh and judge them and say, look at you. No. We're enlightened adults. That makes us no better than them. So we must have compassion. We must have compassion. So I want us to spend the time from now until the new year, Scorpio rising, forgiving every single person that has ever wronged you. Everyone. And it's really you doing that work. I don't know how many other signs are really able to do that. Actually, honest to God, it's only the water signs. It's only the water signs right now. And I'm so grateful for the water signs. I really recognized the other day that the majority of my nearest and dearest are water signs or water placements, which is an Aries sun conjunct Jupiter. I can be like, I can be a lot. And so it's nice to have so many like calm, compassionate, loving people around. But my God, cross a Cancer and you'll find out quick. But so I'm grateful for the Scorpio, I'm grateful for the Cancer, and I'm grateful for the Pisces, because they're doing a significant amount of inner work that is healing for the collective. Oh yeah, for the collective. Sagittarius rising, we're talking about money. We're talking about money. We're talking about money. We're releasing old contracts, old people. Ooh, this is interesting. All right, let me place them all down so I can start to channel. Hold on one second. The way that you're being perceived right now is not who you really are. I'll explain. The way that you're being perceived right now is more fiery and more angry, I want to say, than you actually are, because people are not really understanding how to tap into their own emotions. And so I want you to really use anyone who has, triggered you, or whom it's the kind of like there's a commercial, a car commercial back in the 90s or the 2000s, I can't remember when, where it was talking about a red car, and this red car was just parked on the side of the road, like in front of, like in the burbs, and this little old lady walked by and just goes, "Slow down." Yeah, Mars is in Sag, honey. This is how people see you. Conjunct Mercury retrograde. So you might be feeling the reflected projections of people's frustration. You might be having a lot of people kind of pop off at you, or be passive aggressive with you, or have absolutely no way to utilize healthy communication around you right now. I want you to use what I just said as validation, and that's it. I'm not giving you permission to pop off. I'm not in any way saying like, well, I got to tell them what's what. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Really, this full moon is highlighting deep, dark transformation, death, shared possessions. This is normally a Scorpio run house. You have it run by Cancer. So normally it's fixed negative water energy, but you have it as cardinal negative water energy. So you want to tell them off first. Tell them what's what. Do the dang thing. Not right now. Maybe in a few weeks. We'll talk about it again later, but not right now. Mercury is retrograde and Jupiter is retrograde. Mercury is retrograde conjunct Mars in your house of self. Jupiter is retrograde in your house of everyday life and practical service. Don't lose your job, dude. Don't lose your job. I would say just make a notation of the people in your life that have done you wrong. Maybe go back and just watch the Scorpio rising video. I give a little bit of parable of what's happening in the outer world, and know that that person that has been really abusive to you, that has been, maybe yelling at you, there's a community member here that is just not treating you as well as you deserve to be treated. Their up-ins will come, but not in a way that's going to be a judgment where it's like everyone's like, you now have to go to the bad place, where it's like, no, when people's negative isms. I'll, share a story. I was, dating a man who was wildly verbally abusive, had narcissistic tendencies, but when we were out and about together, it just looked like we were, Prince and Princess Charming. It was like he was just this ba-dum-bumsh. And so there was one day where we were working together, sharing the same car, working the same shifts, living together. I literally had I lost all autonomy in my life. And so we had gone home from a shift at the restaurant, and on par, literally the door closed and he started screaming at me. And so I won't share so much of it, but what happened was, long and short of it, I'm in my cry spot on my side, laying on my left-hand side, literally convulsing, just saying, I hate my life, I hate my life, I hate my life, as this man is screaming over me. I'm literally on the floor in the fetal position, laying on my left side, and he's screaming over me. And I hear him on the front door. I had forgotten that I had told a friend that he could borrow something. And so 2 coworkers were at the front door. And it was embarrassing. They had heard everything. I had tried so hard to prevent anyone from seeing how negative this man was, because I was like, I can handle this. I can change him. It was codependency. It was so messed up. I didn't know what would happen. We were living together. It was so enmeshed. So enmeshed. But everything changed from that point on. Everything changed. And so sometimes the light has to be shown in dark places for those dark places to get cleaned up, you know? We can't clean up in the dark. And you're not alone in whatever you're experiencing. I just have to say that it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Capricorn rising. But if a Capricorn sun is watching this, happy birthday. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There's this really odd smile that I'm seeing from you, Capricorn, that's really great. I'm so excited for this. So, like the introductory video for this full moon states, like it's a beautiful shift, what we're going through. It's really, I don't see it as a negativism. I don't see this as like screaming and fighting. I just see this as like, yeah, that's over. That's done. That's it. I feel like around the holiday time for the Capricorns that really celebrate the holiday season, that there was someone, a real foundational person. This could be a father figure. This could be a mother figure. This could be, chosen family. This could be so much that either said something, did something, didn't show up. It was just like as effortless as can be. And it was just like that one tiny little straw, just like, yeah, you're not doing this, but the image that my guides just gave me is like you're at Christmas dinner, you just cheersed and you took yourself out to go to the bathroom after whatever this moment was, and you called your lawyer and you're like, can you just remove them from the will, please? Nope, I know you're at Christmas dinner with your family, but just as soon as you get back to the office tomorrow, please do that for me. Which, is, I'm not going to recommend that you do that, but I wanted to share that with you, Capricorn, because that little Cheshire cat smile that I saw at the beginning of this is like, you're really stepping into trusting the gut of your understanding in a way that's just like vibrationally, this person is not meant for me. I have big things to do in this world that actually are changing my entire generational line. So I'm releasing old needs to be at the tippity top at all times. I'm doing things differently now, doing things very differently. So yeah, if at this point you're still popping off, I just gotta let you go. I just gotta let you go. Also, release the doom scroll, or release just random scrolling from your, like what you'll even allow yourself to do. My guides just said that directly. Like, I don't want you ingesting anything that is not absolutely, what's the word I want to look for? What is the word? Vetted, basically. That's not the word I wanted to, but it's curated. That's what it was. I need you to know why you're ingesting this information. I need you to know who the person is that you're, maybe even go through your, who you're following on your social media platforms and remove people. That's something very accessible that you can do right now. Like, think of that as like cleaning house, Cap. Because the new moon coming up in a few weeks is going to be in your sign at 20 degrees. So from now until then, the moon will transit over the top of your chart. So I want you to take this as your opportunity to really just, be very aware of what you're ingesting and why. And for a while, Capricorn, what I would do is put on a timer, and I would tell my guides like, hey, can you just give me like a little bit of a healing while I just kind of like randomly scroll and just kind of like, I literally would say that. I'd be like, I just need to like check out for a few minutes. Like, I'm exhausted and I need to do that. It's like, okay, that's in no way the healthiest way to do that. But they did it, and it was just kind of like, it got very confusing after a while. That after I had the scroll, I would come out and it would take me a lot longer even to integrate. It could be an 11-minute timer. It would take me a lot longer to integrate back into my day than if I just sat in meditation. if I went for a walk, if I just put on a song and danced for a few minutes. Like those are things that you can do, like quote unquote mindlessly, Cap. All right, Aquarius. Oh, girl, your time is here and now. Your time is here and now. Okie dokie. Aquarius rising. Here we go, here we go, here we go. So we have the sun over here in your 12th house, the soul purpose, healing, closure, and coming home. You're going to be tired. You're going to be tired. For Aquarius risings, when the sun is in your 12th house, I want you to do a year review. I want you to really look at where you were last year and how you're feeling now, and look at how far you've come. This is the health axis over here. This is also everyday life, practical service, soul purpose over here. So this is like daily life, big stuff. Things I do in the pentacle world, things I do when I close my eyes in meditation. We also have Pluto at the 29th degree of Capricorn, about to dip back into your sign. This is, your time, Aquarius. It's definitely your time, which is exciting, but I want you to look at what the planets are right now. I want you to stay present with me and be where your feet are, and just stay with me right here, where the sun is in the 12th house, tired. Moon is in the house of everyday life, health, practical service. I'd say go very gentle with yourself for this full moon, Aquarius, and just look at your, toxic patterns, things that really don't serve you. Maybe some addictive tendencies, or maybe, some mindless things that you do that you don't even recognize aren't suited for your new world. Some of you are becoming homebodies right now, which is really cool. The more you ground, the more you grow. There's some effervescence and excitement in your community. People are starting to unconsciously see how much you're shining right now, and they're looking to you for like, what's Aquarius up to? Can we hang out? Can we just, oh, you're just at home? You're just hanging out? Why won't you respond to my message? I just said you were just hanging out at home. What do you mean? What do you mean you're offended by me saying just hanging out at home? Oh, hanging out at home is one of your coolest things that you do right now. Amazing. That's awesome. I want you to come out and hang out with me. Are you still there? Are you still there? Are you still there? Are you still there? You only have to say things once. And if people don't get it, they don't get it. Truly. I don't want any per my last email from you. I don't want any of that. I want you just to recognize that if they cannot handle you and you evolving at a rapid pace, then let them go. If anything slows you down in a way that becomes like a deflated balloon, I don't want you doing it anymore. I want you doing things that fill you up, that feel delicious, that feel wonderful, that feel great, and feel so knowing and just so good and nourishing for your soul. And you'll recognize by the vibration. If anything is anxiety producing, it's not for you. Yeah. And if you're doing anything unconsciously, like honest to goodness, like when I was a cigarette smoker, it's been over 10 years now, I would buckle my seatbelt and then had a lit cigarette in my hand. I would be like, how did that just happen? So if you do things like what I just said so unconsciously, or if you picked up your phone and you're checking things before you've even meditated or grounded, don't do that. Yeah. Even if grounding is just writing your dreams down or writing in a gratitude journal, that's all I want you to be doing. Before you put a screen in front of your face. Oh, Pisces, you are such a vibe right now. Like I said, Virgo and Pisces, y'all are just so adapted for this ever-changing world. Just based on my the 2024 year ahead astrology forecast and predictions video. Pardon me, I keep calling it a video, but it's a program, a purchasable download. But that link is below for that if you're interested in it. But and it's in my about section, in my link tree as well. So go take a look at that. If you're interested, it's a $44 download. And I go through all of the biggest transits of the year. I go through the Jupiter and Uranus conjunction, what the nodes are doing, and kind of some of the bigger transits. So we're going to take a look at that if you're interested. But Pisces rising, this is, oh my. you're just like vibing. I feel like some of you are just like doing really well. And that, you know, Saturn in your sign really didn't make it so that you're scared or having, you know, intrusive thoughts. I feel like some of you might be traveling. I feel like some of you are just enjoying life right now in a way that doesn't feel as emotional as it used to. That's pretty exciting. And, you know, try on some new expansive verbal communications. You can start now, or you can start when Jupiter goes direct on the 30th of December, in the end of this week, I want to say. And, you know, this is your house of early learning, short trips, and communication. If anyone's jealous of you right now, why are they even in your life? Okay, if it's a family member, I get it, but go back and watch the introductory video for this full moon again. Like, I need you to just vibrationally trust that certain people, if they're poking at you and they're making fun of you and they're being disrespectful to you, like that's just not going to end. And so you have to be able to use those, hey, we talked about this. We talked about this. We talked about this. For my divine masculine Pisces, you are waking up and your community members are waking up. Like I had said earlier in this video, the 90% of my male clients are Pisces placements. And it's so exceptional. I also feel as though the Pisces fathers are waking up and they have very, very bright children. This is huge stuff. This is huge stuff. Okay, this is coming to me now. Like, the Pisces fathers, the Pisces men, we'll just speak to Pisces men. If you allow someone in your life to speak to you a certain way that's diminishing, I want you to picture them speaking to your child in that way. And if you wouldn't allow them to speak to your child that way, why are you allowing your inner child to experience that level of disrespect? Actually, Pisces females as well. Yeah. If you're still mom friending it for all these people that are not revering you and saying thank you in the way that you do things, then why are you taking care of them? They're not your child. They're an adult. If they're your contemporary and you let them get away with things that you wouldn't allow someone to do to your child, why are you allowing your inner child to experience that level of disrespect? It might be comfortable. It might be that when we were children, we let our parents communicate with us that way. There's so many things that we allowed the universe to do to us so that we could grow. So now I would love for you to grow and say, I'm not going to let you say that anymore. That's not funny. That's not funny. We've talked about this. I'm not going to entertain that anymore. And that's okay. That's okay. Pluto's almost done with its transit in Capricorn, so it might feel like there's very few people left. Maybe something you can do, Pisces, some homework, is to send a message to the people in your life that you really care for, that you really respect, that have been with you through thick and thin, that, you know, express some gratitude for the people you do have, what you do have. And release, don't focus on the others. Don't focus on them. I want you to only call the people that are worthy and that really love upon you and that are so good. The rest don't exist. They're not meant for you. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I am so grateful for every single one of you. Happy full moon in Cancer. Please comment any questions that you have. Please reach out directly for a one-on-one session. Like I've said in so many previous videos, all of my rates as well as my services are going to be changing. All of them. I do very, very quantum work, and I'm recognizing that that is very, very exceptional. I work very, very quickly, and it's something that I'm really accepting the role that I'm meant to play in this world, and I'm letting my prices honor that. I'm letting my offerings honor that. So if you are at all interested in a one-on-one section at my current rate of $140 an hour, please email directly. Even if we book in January, if we book it in December, I'm honoring the $140 price point. So please reach out directly. Everything, like I said, is changing. I'm very excited and grateful. And I'm really honoring what my guides have been asking of me since kind of March of 2023. But, you know, some of us as mystics, we go down all of the fun rabbit holes and then we come back to tell the tale. So I love you all so very much. Thank you for being here. This is my last public reading as well. All of my readings are going to be starting in January. They're going to be in my Patreon, my new moon and full moon workshops. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for being here. For all of you for being here. For my entire YouTube community, I couldn't be more excited and grateful for what's to come. I will always have my introductory videos that will be posted publicly. And then when you're ready to do this type of work, more of the deep dive, that will be available in the Patreon group. So this is my holiday gift to all of you. In December, everything is complimentary. Love you.